We will explain the operation for performing trial sewing in this chapter. Setting the needle thread. Set the needle thread at appropriate positions so as to produce beautiful seams. Lift the presser foot lifting lever to lift the presser foot. Raising the presser foot releases the thread tension disc, making it easier to pull out the upper thread. Press down the cloth presser lever to lift the presser frame. Draw out the needle thread by approximately 10 centimeters. Pass the thread through the intermediate presser. And pass the thread through under the presser frame. Lower the presser foot lifting lever to lower the presser foot. Be sure to carry out test sewing. Draw a T-line on the material to determine the sewing starting position. Place the material on the sewing machine. Turn the handwheel toward you to thread the needle into the material at the sewing starting position. The opening amount of the material fixing frame is approximately 1 centimeter. Do not try to forcefully put the material in the frame. The material fixing frame may fail to uniformly hold the material that is forcibly put in it to cause deterioration of the seam quality. Check that the needle thread circumvents in accordance with the buttonhole direction in order to prevent the needle thread to be sewn in the seam at the sewing starting position. Check to make sure that the needle thread circumvents to the rear right in the case of 0 degrees. Check to make sure that the needle thread circumvents to the rear right in the case of 90 degrees and 270 degrees, same as 0 degrees. When it is 180 degrees, let it circumvents to the right front. Lift the cloth presser lever to lower the presser frame. The needle thread is held down by lowering the presser frame. Pressing the start key. When the sewing starting screen is displayed, press the start key again to allow the sewing machine to start sewing. If the sewing machine fails to start and the screen returns to the sewing screen, press the pattern key. Able to pause if you press the stop key during sewing. Refer to the instruction manual. After the completion of sewing, the machine stop and thread trimming automatically. Lower the cloth presser lever to lift the presser frame. Take out the material. Completion. Refer to Chapter 6 for the adjustment of the thread tension. The sewing speed can change during sewing due to the stitching pitch, material thickness, stitching of the parallel portions of a buttonhole. Open the buttonhole. When drilling the eyelet, place a piece of cardboard under the material. Make buttonholes in the material with an eyelet punch commercially available. Then, cut the material open at the center of the buttonhole with a ripper. When drilling eyelets, place a piece of cardboard under the material. Make a hole in the material with an eyelet punch commercially available.